What's going on, people? David Durang here, No Frontier. You know, when we travel, a lot of people go places with limited knowledge of the place that they're going to, as well as they return the same way. So maybe they went to a resort, they didn't have any cultural exchange, and so they've picked up nothing. In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about Aruba, just because I made a video right before this, whether or not you should rent a car if you go there. If you check the page, I have other videos on Aruba as well. So let's get into this. So this way, you'll be more informed about Aruba if you decide to go, or if you've gone already. This is a way to maybe give some context to certain things that you may have observed. For starters, let's talk about the size. Aruba is a very small place. Their slogan is One Happy Island. If you were to put Aruba in Ireland, it could fit 471 times. Now, go look at a map at how big Ireland is. It's not the biggest, European country. It's relatively small to the rest. And so to be able to fit Aruba 471 times, it speaks to the size. Another thing is, Aruba is one of the countries that make up the ABC Islands or the Dutch Antilles, because it was a part of the Netherlands. So Aruba, you have Bonaire, you have Curaçao, which ABC. It makes up the ABC Islands, aka the Dutch Antilles. The Antilles, you have the lower, you have the upper Antilles of countries. That's pretty interesting. Position-wise, they're only 18 miles away from Venezuela. Venezuela is northern South America, and to be 18 miles, north of that, they're really, really close. Another thing is, what's so funny? When you talk about places like Aruba, when you talk about, Curaçao, Turks and Caicos, Grand Cayman, a lot of these smaller islands known for tourism, it's hard to really pinpoint who's a native. Because, case of Aruba, there's at least, I heard somewhere like 90 nationalities of people who live there. From 90 different nationalities, which sounds crazy. How do you know who is native there? Because people look different and they look like they're from somewhere else. So how do you know who the natives are? It's pretty weird. Another thing is, men who are over the age of 40, they are usually a part of softball club. It's cool for middle-aged guys doing, something fun all together. Here, you'll see younger people in some type of soccer leagues. You'll see volleyball. I'm just speaking for New York City, for example. You'll see those things, but it's not to the level that they're saying almost every guy is doing that. Weather-wise, it's pretty stable. Aruba is about 82 degrees during the whole year. They're not like the other islands in which they're in the path of the hurricane, so they don't have to worry about that. So pretty much any time of the year, it's great to go there. It's not a lush place as the other places. It's more on the desert side, and the instruction is done in Dutch, unless otherwise stated is in Papiamento, their native language, I should say. It's a mixture of languages. They also speak English, they also speak Spanish. Now, where did English and Spanish come from if they were former Dutch colony? So just like everywhere else in the Caribbean, there's always a fight on what European power had them powers that had possession of different islands in the Caribbean. So that's the case for almost every island there. So this is why, the Spanish had it at one point, then the English, then the Dutch. The Dutch pretty much had them last. There's over like 90 nationalities who live in Aruba, that kind of case. But the water's great. It's considered a windy place, so at least you feel that breeze coming through. So that's they have their own currency called the florin, but the US dollar is widely accepted over there. Great place, great option, and to me, I've seen the evolution of it being one of those places where people want to go more and more. Now, it's been on people's radar for some time, but it's getting their shine in the past few years now of a place that people want to visit more and more. All right, so hopefully this was helpful in knowing a little bit. And they got their independence in 1986, the year I was born. I believe I remember that. So, yeah, hopefully it was helpful. Let me know down below if you've ever heard of these things, or if you want to add to it. All right, let me know that right down below. Until next time, David Ring, No Frontier, over and out.